Yeah, we're
There he
live.
goes. There he goes. Yeah, we're live now.
Hi there. Hi world. I'm Mimi. This is Jeremy. That's the thing.
What's up, guys?
We did book Babble 2 weeks ago ish.
Yeah, it was 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks ago. Like last week of August, and this is what, the second week of September. So yeah, 2 weeks ago.
We talked about A Court of Thorn Roses by Sarah J. Maas. Now we're talking about Kendare Blake's novel Antigoddess.
Antigoddess.
I have a good photo to pull up for that I'm excited. I mean, I use it on my review. It's just showing you this really cool cover, and then it shows you the other cover with, I believe it's Artemis on the cover. I honestly don't know.
Oh, that's cool.
It's just two, like, because each cover has like a different person on it. This is one of the only ones where they just have like the awesome feather. But I love the feather cover.
I really like the feather cover because it's like deceptively simple. It makes you look at it and like, what's the feather about? And then when you understand the significance of the feather, you're like, holy shit.
Yeah. This is a really cool book. Her book, Antigoddess in Blood, has been on my mind. Not really on my mind, but like it's been on like in my mind. Like I want it for.
I've been trying to like get around to that eventually too, because it reminded me. The summary reminded me so much of Supernatural that I was like, I gotta read this.
It looks like Supernatural, and it looks like it's American Horror Story. Like it looks like it will be fun. But I got a hold of this one because when we were looking at books that were coming out in September, for some reason this one was on the list.
No, it was the third one that was on the list because the third one comes out on the 22nd, and then we were like, oh, if this is the third one, what's the first one called? So that's what it was.
We found it. We found the thing, and it's a cool thing. I'm so happy we read this. And like, once the second one comes in, I'm going to devour that, and I'll probably hopefully be buying the third one, and then eventually get the first two to own.
Yep.
And then I will, after I've read that and all these other books that are freaking coming in, I will get around to Antigoddess in Blood because I want to read it. Maybe we can also throw that in for October.
Yeah, we could probably, because that seems like an October kind of thing. Yeah. We're doing like a bunch of stuff for like horror stuff for October, so we'll work that out eventually.
But yeah, this is really cool. The cover looks deceptive, but like it's a bloody feather, so not that deceptive. But you're like, that's cute looking in a morbid way. Do you want to describe it, or should I describe it?
Yeah, I'll try. Okay, so like, it's like a modern take on Greek mythology, but it's really, really dark and interesting. It takes the concept of the Twilight of the Gods, which is like kind of taken from all aspects of mythology, no matter like what culture. There's always a Twilight of the Gods, end of the world. They call it Ragnarok, the Twilight of the Gods, end of days, the apocalypse, blah 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 blah. But anyway, basically it's the gods getting cast down to earth, and they have little to no power, and they're slowly dying in really unique ways, matching their aspects and personalities. And you follow mainly three gods and a couple of reincarnations as they try to stop, other forces from basically destroying the world and like ruining their way of life and all that.
Yeah. You follow Athena, you follow Hermes, and you follow Apollo, basically for the gods. And then reincarnated, you follow Cassandra of Troy, her brother Hector. And how do we say
Hector's wife, whose name we can't pronounce because we can't speak Greek?
Yeah, but she's really cool. I thought it was really.
Her name is Andy. The reincarnation's name is Andy. So let's just go with Andy because.
Yeah, it's easier because it was part of it. Like part of me is like I could say this, and another part's like no, I can't. Andy's really cool. I like that she was the hockey coach. Like she was the captain of the hockey team, and then like she's the reincarnated form of Hector's wife, who was like archery.
I thought that was cool. She was an archer. Yeah, that was awesome.
That was sweet. I like that the brother and her are kind of together, but not really, and like how they kept on checking each other out, and it was very funny because then when you find out they're incarnated,
like they find out they were like soulmates. She was like gross, but then she did kind of a double take, like,
like they're kind of like, okay, we could deal with it, and like, but they're not really into it yet, but they're still really normal, and I like that just because like he obviously likes her, and she just like whatever. So that's kind of fun to read. I liked that even the friends were reincarnated in the brother. Like I just thought that was nice that it wasn't just the girl.
Yeah, that was cool. I mean, like they would focus so much on the Trojan War that I was like, they got to bring in Hector, they got to bring in Paris, they got to bring in somebody.
Yeah, so it was nice to see them. And our man, how do I properly say his name? Odysseus.
Odysseus, yeah, Odysseus.
I love him. He was so cool.
Yeah, he is freaking awesome. I was texting Nimi about, like, Odysseus has always been my favorite Greek hero. So when she told me that he was gonna show up in this, I was like, okay, I definitely have to put this on the top of my library pile now.
You got it. They're adorable. I like that throughout all the tough decisions that Athena makes, a lot of her internal thought is, as long as he doesn't judge her, as long as he understands her, it's okay. And I just thought that was really cute. Just because, like,
yeah, it's so good because, and it also kind of corresponds. Like, you can tell Kendare Blake did a lot of, like, in-depth research into Greek mythology, because in pretty much every incarnation of Athena and Odysseus, no matter who tells the story, Athena and Odysseus kind of have this kind of unspoken romance of where, like, she loves him, but she has, she doesn't want to break her vow, and he loves her, but he honors and respects her and doesn't want to, taint her reputation by being the man who made her break her vow, that kind of thing. And it's so awesome, and it's like, it's never really touched on, like, officially, that they have feelings for each other. It's always hinted at, but now that they actually did it, I ship it. I captain the ship. Oh my gosh, yes.
It was very fun to see. I like that when they had their kind of makeout. See, when they had their moment in, like, the back of the truck, he was like, oh god, don't turn me to stone. I'm sorry, I kind of thought this was a dream. Don't, like, and he looks down at his groin. He's like, don't do something worse. And she's like, no, it's cool. And, like, gets all awkward, and they both kind of just, like, leave.
Oh my, that was so funny, because it was just like, oh my god, please. I was dreaming. I mean, I'm not saying it happens often in my dreams, but I thought I was dreaming, and
like,
don't stone me. Don't stone.
That was cute. That was a nice way to be like, aw, they dream about each other. They're fucking adorable. Like, I ship it. I ship it so much.
Oh man, that was one of the funnest parts of the book.
That was very entertaining. I like Cassandra as a character. I think she was cool. She's not, like, my favorite, but I'm excited to see her develop more because now she knows. And I like the way her visions got more and more dark and more realistic and weird.
I also liked the method of her, like, being reawakened, like the fact that she had to die,
and, like, so violent. Like, I like that they all had to die to get their power. Like, that was really sweet. How she had to get choked out by Athena, but that could have been done so differently. But she was like, no, I have shit to do, and literally just kills her up in front. Like,
yeah, I was like, you could have seriously just sat down and talked to her, but no.
You were in the moment, girl. You were in the moment, and I also like that while she was choking Cassandra out, she literally, her head's all fucked up from Apollo, like, hitting her with the rock, and she's like, this would be so much better if my head wasn't, like, caving in. Oh well, and, like, just chokes her and tries not to look angry while she's.
And the thing that I like the most is Athena's, like, no nonsense attitude. Because if you really think about, like, the shit she's been through, there's no way that shit could happen.
Yeah. Hey.
I was like, what the fuck?
Awkward moment.
I'm sorry. I'm so fucking high and I don't know what I'm doing.
Yes.
I guess we said it the wrong way.
I just exited them out.
Oh, I guess we sent out the wrong link on Twitter.
Yay, sorry guys. Wrong link.
Oh, well, that was fun.
Okay, that was good.
That's a story.
Oopsie, let's just hope no one else clicks that.
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a second to just take that off of Twitter real quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of that. Anyway.
Okay, where were we? Okay.
How do you come back to that? Like, what do you do now?
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
so.
Okay, hold on. So, wait, she was being choked out, and she died, and okay.
I liked the tense moment of not knowing. I mean, obviously she was going to come back because she's the main character, but it was nice when everyone was like, oh, fuck, we probably just killed her.
Yeah. And, like, the moment where, I think that came full circle when Athena had to bring her back. I thought that was nice. That was really cool.
That was very cool. I like that only Odysseus knows CPR, and they're all just like, I don't know how to fucking do it, and they're all just like standing there. It's like, we're gods, we should totally be able to know how to do this shit, and they're just.
And I love how he's like, is the count 40 or is it 30? Fuck.
Yeah.
He doesn't know anything that he's doing at all.
I like that. I like Hermes. Should we talk about how they're dying? Because I thought that was really cool. I love the way they were dying.
Yeah, because that's like one of the main plots of the book. I feel like we should have said spoilers in the beginning, but oh well.
No one else is watching right now. It's fine, except for that person who jumped in, who's gone now because I exited him out. Hermes has a flesh-eating bacteria. He can't fly. He can still run like the epic motherfucker he is. Athena's coughing up owl feathers, and I think that's really awesome. And my favorite owl feather scene for her was when she ripped out the feather from her throat while they were talking to the witches.
Yeah, I love how she just slams it on the ground and she's just like, I'm already dying. You really think I have anything to lose?
And she's just like, I'm asking, they won't. Like, I just thought that was awesome. And it's just like, Poseidon will totally destroy this place. And I'm asking, I'm a god, and I'm asking, so fuck you. That was really
also, can we talk about the witches for a second? Because that scene where Odysseus first shows up, I'm like, oh shit. Okay.
That was really nice. I liked that. Hey, we have a viewer, which I don't know how, but we do. Hi, viewer. Hera is turning to stone, which I thought was really sweet.
I thought that was a nice metaphor for her heart. Like, that was really cool.
That was sweet. And Aphrodite is literally going mad with love. And Poseidon, by far, is I think my favorite death, just because it's the most.
It was brutal. Like they were like ripping coral out of him and just
like his body is as corrupt as the sea, so he's got coral coming out of his eye and like through his like blood. Like how Athena has the feathers going through her, he has coral and other pollution and really weird things.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to see like I wanted him to like kind of like bleed like toxic waste, sort of like. I mean, but I also like that it was kind of oil that he was leaking out when he was bleeding. So I'm like, oh, that's like a metaphor for like oil spills and stuff. That's cool.
That one was nice. I'm sad. I love the symbolism with Apollo and how his death, but it was still really sad.
Oh yeah, like I saw it coming, but I didn't. Like I didn't want like it's something that was like hinted at that you know might happen, but you're like, no, they're not gonna do it to him.
Yes, I was hoping he wouldn't, because he just like you wanted him to be happy, but you knew he was gonna have to be one of them had to die to sacrifice it.
I honestly was thinking, I was like, as much as I love Hermes and his awesome references, it's probably gonna be Hermes.
I thought it was gonna be him, and then it wasn't. Demeter, how do we say her?
Demeter, yeah.
Hers was sad but cool. I liked that she's literally just going all over the world. And I liked that the brief description of
Persephone.
Yeah, thank you. I was not going to say that right. I liked hers. I liked it wasn't, but it wasn't. We don't even know if it was how she died. It was just how Athena wasn't like how she imagined it.
How she imagined it, yeah. But it makes sense because she was technically half dead after eating that, grapefruit in the underworld and all that stuff.
That was nice. I also really liked all of Athena's random comments on being with Odysseus. This is what men risk so much for. This shiver, this acute heart and desire. This is what they think eternity feels like. And then she freaks out. It's like, if this is what Aphrodite feels every day, fuck that.
I like how she was like, oh my god, I better not be under Aphrodite's spell. I swear, if she's tricking me, I am going to kill that bitch.
Yes, that was nice. I loved her. I have shit to do. Fuck everything else. And I don't want to die, and I will fight whoever, whatever. And then as it goes on, she's realizing I should probably tone down that attitude, but I also don't want to die.
I like Odysseus's attitude toward her too, because like especially when she was doing all like the crazy shit where she like when she killed Cassandra, he was like, that was not, I understand why you did it, but that wasn't cool. Like, you're better than that. Like there's a reason why I am the way I am towards you. There's a reason why I respect you and admire you. You are above everyone else. Whereas all the other gods are like chauvinistic pigs. You respect people. You respected people. You respected the art. You respected everything, and all that. In that moment, that respect was gone. I saw nothing but one of them, and you're not one of them. I like that whole speech. That was so cool.
That was a good like slap to the face, sort of wake you up moment. That wasn't mean. It was just like a hey, I respect you, and I need to bring you back to reality because you just totally fucking lost it. And you would have done this so much better if you were thinking right. That was I liked the cave. See, I liked Hermes' guilt about the witches and how like they all felt horrible about uh, Athena, not Athena, Hera totally destroying the witches'
Yep.
building, and
she
then
literally blew it up, and it was just
and then
holy
other
shit.
buildings, and then just destroyed other things just to make a grand entrance. And then she didn't even get to do anything in the final fight. They were just like, whatever, I'll be back. And then she did.
That was the only thing with Hera at the end. I mean, as much as it was cool towards the end, it was kind of lackluster. Like Poseidon's fight was really cool, but Hera was kind of just
Yeah, like I expected more from her, but in a way, I'm kind of like I'm excited to see how they'll top you because you just destroyed buildings with not doing nothing. Like just hardly doing like lifting a finger. So I'm excited to see like Ares. They're fighting Ares, the god of war, in the next book.
Yep. And that's a particular personal battle with Athena too. Like they are like two sides of the same coin. So that's going to be really interesting to see how that plays out.
I'm excited to see the cycle, the psychotic, not psychotic, the mental things that will take place in that one for Athena to grow. And Cassandra, I'm really excited to see Cassandra grow because she loves Apollo / loved Aiden, and now he's dead, and now she's got this interesting god-killing power, and it's like, of course she has a god-killing power, but whatever. You couldn't just make her be psychic, but whatever.
I mean, honestly, psychic powers are really problematic. She even mentioned it. What's the point of telling you the boat is going to sink if you're already bailing out of the boat?
Yeah,
that's why I've always hated the precog power set.
That was. I'm excited to also see what's gonna happen when she turns 18. Is it her god?
Is she gonna die, or is she gonna ascend to like a higher power or something?
Somehow turn into a goddess of some kind. Like what's gonna happen?
I mean, like I think the title now makes sense for Cassandra, because technically she is the anti-goddess, and she can kill all gods, it seems like, at least.
Yeah. And it seems like the powers go back to the earth or back to them, but not really. I also really liked that they didn't just instantly get healed, and they're like they felt Poseidon die, they felt Athena die, Hera die, but they didn't get anything. It was dramatic, but I like that. I like that it wasn't like, oh, book one, cool, everything's better. Like, no, they're still.
I also liked that when Apollo died, like they got an extra boost of morale. It's like, nope, you killed my brother. I'm going to fuck you up now.
Yeah, and now they have like a good revenge path. And if they're all going to go after Aphrodite, which or Cassandra is totally going after her. I mean, now they're all obviously doing it. The last line for her was, "Go after who? Aphrodite." Cassandra shrugged it off. Athena and Hermes exchanged a glance, and Cassandra's fist tightened. If they say one word about revenge not being what Aiden wanted, I'll scream. And then they're just like, I just left. It will be interesting to see her kind of dark path that she's going to go on for probably the first half of that book.
An interesting point is that like Ares and Aphrodite are like, they were a thing, like they were a side thing, but they were a thing. So I want to see how that plays into it.
That would be interesting. Yeah, that would be kind of cool. Ooh, that would be fun because I don't know nearly enough about it, Greek mythology, to be like, yes, of course, Jeremy, that is totally right.
No, like I've been reading into Greek mythology for a long ass time, and like it's kind of funny. Like you graduate from Percy Jackson to this, and it's like, holy shit, like that pays off.
I like that. I liked their little school. I like that they. I like that it had a good setting pace because they were going across. Was the Arizona desert? Like where were they?
Yeah, I have no idea where they were. Like because apparently they were in a desert, and they said they were in Arizona, so they might have been in the Arizona desert. So I don't know. They didn't really specify where they were in the beginning.
I just like that it started off in them in the middle of the desert, not being all that thrilled about being there, wanting to kind of call the owls, wanting to just find. They're literally just trying to find Demeter's mouth, but not really. Like her eye. I like they're just walking on her skin. Like that was nice and vivid.
Hermes was just like, I don't want to deal with this shit. I want to go home. I want to find a hotel room or something.
Die in peace and be comfy. I like that he popped up at the Halloween party and was like, "Hey, Cassandra," and she was just like, "What the fuck is this shit?" And Apollo tried to gut him with a freaking bottle.
He just goes. I love how he's casual about it. He's like, "Oh, hey, bro, how's it going? Long time no see." It's like, that's just a waste of. He goes, "That's just a waste of wine. Are you really gonna do that?"
Yeah. I also really like the titles for the chapters.
Yeah.
Not
many books do chapter titles anymore.
Not enough, damn it. I like chapter titles. I personally always do chapter titles when I write stuff, so I get like sad when they don't have it. And I also really, really miss indexes for like chapters and books.
Yeah.
Throwing it out there, I really miss that.
Yep. I could have really used the pronunciation key. Like I was kind of lost.
That would have been appreciated, but that's okay. I'll live. I liked and thus that was their burial of Apollo, god of the sun, and like did they set it on fire? Like they kind of set it on fire.
They didn't set it on fire. They kind of cleared the overcast. Like they had the sun shine on the grave.
Died. I did. Yeah, they wanted to. They wanted to set it on fire and give him like a cute like sunlight funeral, and I didn't do that because we have no power really. I like Thena's thing with owls, always bringing them with her, and how she doesn't really want to tell them that they're technically killing her because she knew they'd feel bad.
That was nice. I was like, oh, I know you don't want to upset the animals. I mean, they're just trying to help you, so it's not their fault.
I kind of want to know what tattoo she has because in the book show they gave her an owl. So I want to know like what tattoos does she have, and I like that she has like the purple streaks that are fading in her hair. And
I feel like she would have like all these like philosophical quotes.
Yeah.
Like she just seems like that kind of person.
I want to know what she was like before she woke up. I
don't think the gods wake up. I think the gods kind of just change their appearance as the centuries go. I think like the heroes and like the people like that were indirectly involved in Greek mythology wake up.
Okay, because like they weren't really saying. I kind of wanted to know, did they like was it just an ongoing thing?
Yeah, I think it was just an ongoing thing because they were just like, oh, you changed for this century or blah 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 blah. I loved how like Aunt Demeter was like being the stereotypical older aunt looking at Athena like, hey, why are you dressed like a whore?
Yeah, like what's wrong with you? I liked that. I liked that. Hermes had like that good-looking model kind of look on him, and it's like, God damn it. Apollo always looked really good. I just liked the random comments they made about everyone, and that Hera had the nice hair, and like the fancy suit, kind of like the nice outfit. But like her hands turning to stone.
And like I liked also like the family dynamic that was there because the gods have a really messed up family dynamic, and it's like really showing well in here.
Yeah, they don't like each other. They deal with each other. They're kind of friends. They're mainly enemies. They still hold a shit ton of grudges. Like Athena not being thrilled with Aphrodite and Hera, and that whole comment about like her kind of self-doubt on her appearance. I guess.
And also, like, I like how she was saying, like, we could have been friends. There was really no reason for us to hate each other, but we kind of just hated each other because.
We could. I'm excited to see the Fates more. Like,
oh yeah, that they have to play a huge role in this.
I'm really excited.
They keep saying things are faded, things are faded, things are faded. I'm like, oh, so where are the sisters at? Like when they mentioned the place was called the Three Sisters, I was like, oh, okay, so they're going to see the Fates, and then it's like, oh, never mind, it's just witches.
Which was nice anyway. And I like how pissed off they were when Hera killed all of them. They're like, that's the last of our people. Like that's the last of that group. You fuckers.
Oh man, and there are still like a shit ton of gods left.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what else he'll pull out for mortal gods. Like I want to know how many people Ares has on his side. Like how many? Are they all crazy? Are they not? Is it going to be like the spin-off for Percy Jackson where there's that other half of the Pantheon? Like what it's going to be like? I'm excited.
I honestly don't want Hades to be a bad guy. I'm tired of seeing Hades as a bad guy. He is not a bad guy. He's just the guy who got the short end of the stick because his big brothers are dicks.
Yeah, it looks like from the info I read for the third one, it doesn't look like he's a bad guy, but I don't know if they can leave from the way it looks.
Okay.
I don't know. I think there's some weird loophole thing where I think that some of them are going to be stuck there. Can I read what it sounds like?
Go ahead. Yeah, it's just a summary.
Because like the summary says like Odysseus and Athena are stuck in hell with Hades because Hermes is still on Earth trying to rally the troops, kind of thing, after whatever happens in the Ares in Mortal Gods.
Okay.
In the book, it says like they're stuck there, and she's holding the arms of the man, like the only person she's loved. And I'm hoping that doesn't mean he's dead, and I'm hoping that they're just like trying to figure out what the fuck to do.
Oh man, they better not be doing the shit where he has to do like a Disney Hercules thing, and it's like you gotta retrieve Odysseus' soul and then come back.
I'm hoping not. Like, I'm worried because I like them. I don't want them to finally be together in the second book. I don't want it to be like some really dramatic thing where they're finally together in the second, and then it's gonna be like, psych, Hades is like, bitch, my wife is dead. Fuck you guys. Why didn't you save her? Sort of thing. Like, I'm worried.
Yep. Oh man, it's just.
It's not going to be a bad guy, but I'm worried if he's just going to be angry and bitter.
I mean, Hades has always been a dick, so I feel like all three of them are dicks.
Yeah.
But Hades is justifiable because he was the youngest, so he couldn't really do anything about it.
Yeah, he's kind of good.
They kind of just pushed him around. It's like, hey, you can get the shit job of the underworld while I get the sky, and Poseidon gets like 70% of the world with the sea, and technically the earth because he's the earth shaker. So Poseidon is technically all powerful.
And now he's dead. I'm excited to see how that will pay off.
How does that affect the world? Now that I'm thinking about it, like that's another big question.
I want to know how Apollo's death affects. I want to know if Artemis is actually dead or not, or if she's still just fucking running for her life in the world.
I wonder if they have to rescue Artemis and be like, yeah, we're sorry to tell you, but your brother's dead.
And like, I want her to snap and be like, okay, who killed him? Let me kill now. Like, I want that.
Yeah.
Especially because it seems like they were close, or at least as close as they could be.
No, they usually are super close, like except for like a couple instances where like Apollo got jealous of Artemis and like jealous of a part of Artemis's lover, and then he killed the lover because he was just like, nope, you're not going to ruin my sister type of thing. So
they do that. Go on.
Oh no, go ahead.
They do that with the Dark Hunter series, that's not my tattoo. That's not how this is gonna work. Anyway, they do that with with most of my Dark Hunter tattoos, where like Artemis is with Acheron, and it doesn't go well for anyone involved, and Apollo's just a raging asshole, and so, like in that entire series.
Yeah.
So
poor Orion gets just like killed for like no reason. There's a bunch of different versions of it where like either Orion is in love with both Artemis and Apollo, and then Apollo makes him choose. He chooses Artemis. He says, fuck you. There's the point where, like, what is it? Like, Apollo is jealous because Artemis is spending more time with Orion than him. He says, fuck you. Arrow to the head. It's a lot of it just ends with him saying, fuck you, arrow to the head. And then she turns him into a constellation. And it's nice.
It's always interesting. I think this is probably the only book in a while that I've actually liked Apollo in, because the Dark Hunter one makes me hate him so much because they made him such a horrible person. Like, both him and Artemis are absolutely horrible in that. Like, there's no redeeming either of them. So it was really nice to, like, after reading a different Dark Hunter book where, like, Apollo finally got what was coming to him, I was like, thank you for making me like him, because I don't want
Apollo is usually, like, one of the worst.
Yeah. It was nice to not have to hate him in this one, where it's just like, you're just trying. I like that the gods are trying to make up for the things they fucked over, and, like, Athena's constantly saying, like, I totally fucked over Cassandra's life, but so did Apollo, and we're both trying to fix it, but we both don't want to die.
I also liked how, like, she felt so bad for, like, Odysseus, and he was like, I know I separated you from your wife and all this stuff, but honestly, I wanted to keep you for myself, but I didn't want to say that because, well, you know, maidenhood thing.
It will be cool. I'm happy we both jumped in on this series. I'm excited to read the second one. I'm excited to get to the third one. It's fun.
Oh yeah.
Weird little world that's.
I'm glad this is only a trilogy, and we just now jumped on when the third one is about to come out.
Like, I'm so thrilled. That doesn't happen enough for
me. This wait would have killed me. Like, I would have been like tearing my hair out.
This one was 2013. The second one was 2014, and the third one is 2015. The end of this month, so that will be great. So yay, check it out. I think it's cool. It's not like. Yeah. It's not like, oh, this is mind-blowing, but there's enough in it that makes it really freaking interesting and a really good take.
Oh yeah, I would give this a solid 4. Like, I don't think it's 5, but definitely it's a solid 4.
Yeah, I think I gave it a 5 when I first read it, but I'm gonna like a 4.5 just because I'm so into the weird deaths and I'm so like, loving the takes on what she's doing with things that I'm like, go read the thing. Like I got other friends who don't even like young adult fiction to be like, I want to read that. That's cool how they're dying. Like it just interesting.
Yeah, like if you like, that's another recommendation. If any of you like Greek mythology at all in like the least bit, you're gonna like this a lot. Even if you've seen like the Troy movie and it's like, oh, that was kind of cool with Brad Pitt and all, and they even reference that movie like multiple times.
I like that they had it on and then they turn it off when Athena walks in and they're just like, oh nope. I love like there's a great amount of geeky references in it. That make it fun for us nerds to enjoy.
Yeah, there's like they're like Hermes is the man when it comes to references. He's just dropping like comic book references, and I love how he says, you know, face it, sis, I've always been the Green Lantern to your Iron Man. She goes, wait, stop being a nerd, and by the way, you're mixing Marvel and DC. Don't do that.
And then he's just like, oh, who's the nerd now? Like they're just cute. I like their relationship. I like that Hermes also grew a lot in the book too.
Yeah, and they're actually the two of them out of everybody seem the most actually like a brother and sister.
Yeah,
you know,
nice to see. Just because
and also they weren't shitty parents in here. Yes, the parents were kind of non-existent, but they also weren't shitty, so that's a plus.
Yeah, like Apollo had his adopted parents, and they were super sweet. And he was loaded, like that was really cute. And her parents were sweet, and the whole, you know, you're helping me rake the leaves, and they're like, oh, good, there's more of you here. You can all go rake the backyard, and it's like, it's just like a parent thing to do when you live upstate and you have nothing else to do, kind of thing.
And I also like that the dad was like, I've been waiting for you guys to fight for such a long time, but then when they actually fight, he's like, oh, I'm glad you guys made up though.
Yeah, that was cute. I like that they had their Halloween party and the parents had their Halloween party, and it was like Tweety Bird and Sylvester.
Yep. Man.
And
the Halloween party was probably one of the funnest scenes because like, what was it? Apollo was dressed as Jack the Ripper,
yeah,
and Andy was dressed as like the murdered prostitute.
Yeah, because it didn't fit Cassandra right, and she didn't want to do it.
Yep.
Because of also because she was having that horrible like bloody dream, she just could not do it.
Yep.
And I also like the one girl was like Little Bo Peep, and she's like, can you hold my sheep? And just like walks off, and then she comes back when her and Cassandra and Apollo are making out. And she's like, I forgot my sheep, and like comes back for it. One of those like random. Of course, there has to be a high school party scenes, but like, it was a nice high school party scene that I wasn't.
Yeah. And also, I'm glad that it actually showed them doing normal high school teenager things, because like it didn't like. Most of these young adult fiction books make the protagonist be like the straight A student who's good at everything and blah 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 blah. No, she's not that good at school. She kind of uses her powers to cheat.
Yeah.
And she drinks and sneaks out and does the normal teenage stuff.
Yeah. I also on an irrelevant, like I said, I like chapter titles, so I just flipped through and I love chapter 14, Convergence or Welcome to Kincaid, Emergency Exits Only. Just on a random note, I'm like just flipping through like anything else that I missed.
They had some really good creative chapter titles.
Go read the thing, guys. Go.
You definitely should.
Or buy it. Give her money because I'd give her money, but I can't give her money right now. But I will eventually, sort of thing.
Yep, definitely. I'm gonna definitely buy the whole trilogy. Maybe not in hardcover, probably in paperback, but that doesn't mean any less because this is still pretty good.
Yeah, it's fun. I'm happy. I'm excited to read Antigoddess and Blood and her other stuff. She's got some other short story book going on right now that I saw in the store with some weird little demon-looking cover, and it's like an anthology, so it's a bunch of other people.
Huh.
And there's a sequel to Antigoddess and Blood called Girl of Nightmares that looks okay, so we'll see. Yeah, cool. I guess that. So yeah,
we might as well just say like what we have coming up next, and then we can like wrap up.
Yeah.
So next up is I think it's the Sword of Glass discussion, right?
Yeah,
right?
Once I devour Air of Fire and get Queen of Shadows from the library.
Yeah, that's gonna be a lot of fun. This is one that I've been pushing since like the inception of Book Babble. I'm like, I gotta talk about Sword of Glass with somebody. I've really got to.
We got that one for sometime during the end of this month when I get a hold of it with school and stuff. In October, we've got Vampire Cutting / Bloodlines, mainly Bloodlines, and then probably Antigoddess and Blood, maybe the sequel, maybe.
And depending on like whether we get a hold of stuff, and depending on school too, because we're both in school.
And classes are weird, so we'll see.
Yeah.
It might be like Antigoddess and Blood is like a goal for October, but it mainly comes down to our libraries. It could just be random, like, fuck it, we're reading our horror book in January kind of book. Like, maybe that could be
because January is going to be a big one where we're just kind of having a lot of spare time, and it's like, oh yeah, I read all this stuff. I got all this stuff for Christmas. Let me go ahead and read this.
Yeah, so like January is going to be a lot of probably shorter review. Like, we're trying to just pick a bunch of series that are either 3 books or just 1 book or just a bunch of short under. Like, this book was only 333 pages, so like it might be more sets of trilogies that are really tiny because they're trilogies, and so it might be a lot of rapid fire.
And then, like, also, we're going to try and do, like, book-to-movie comparisons. Like, The Martian is, I know, one we're going to go for.
Yeah, it's finally coming in the library for me. Thank God.
Yep. I'm still waiting on it.
Yeah, like, why? I put it on whatever. So we got that one. I know in January, Shadowhunters comes out on ABC Family, so that's more of a TV adaptation, but we are fucking doing that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there's no question. There is no question about that.
I know they're doing City of Bones, and I know they're doing City of Ashes because they cast a lot of the City of Ashes cast characters.
Have they cast Magnus yet?
Yeah, he's been cast, dude. He's been cast for a while.
Oh, they have?
Yeah, Harry did. I'll send you info. I'm so sad. I'm disappointed.
Okay.
But yeah, they have everyone main cast. And then they started adding other people from later books just to like foreshadow things and to do cool things.
Nice.
So I'm excited, but I'll talk about that separate with you. But yeah, so great book. We got this for September. We got Throne of Glass. End of that coming end of this month.
Yeah, then October is Bloodlines, which I'm going to be reading after this, and it's probably gonna mess me up more emotionally because this series has been kind of rough. Yeah. We're also gonna do a lot of fun fan casting for Bloodlines. We've been doing that a lot while we were reading.
Yeah,
but
we got that.
Yeah, because we have this whole idea for a Vampire Academy / Bloodlines type show that needs to happen.
So we got that, and in November we have other stuff, but I know we have White Cat by Holly Black because that's a short.
Yeah, so we're gonna try that, and or Daughter of Smoke and Bones.
Yeah, each of them probably depends on library life.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess that's about it. We each read the book. We said why we liked it. We told you to go read the thing. We had a viewer coming out. We had a random person that jumped in. So fun times.
Yeah, that was a fun. This was a fun live show. That doesn't happen that often.
Thanks for watching, guys.
All right, later.
Podcasts.